It was so hard for all of us, you know, very intense shooting period, a lot to get done, a lot of planning had gone into it, you know, cold water, 4 months of it was shot at night. I mean, it was tough, absolutely, but you know, no one ever said that it was going to be easy. You know, making films is really, really hard, which is why I don't do it very often, because it's exhausting. But at the same time, it was absolutely amazing. You know, all of those wonderful cast members and that incredible crew, and we all really worked together as a team. And I look back on it, and I just kind of, you know, I feel so fortunate to have had that experience because it did teach me so much. You know, even the really difficult moments. Yeah, it did come quite naturally to us, and we were very lucky that it did, you know. I think the one thing that saved us was that we never fancied each other. I mean, we just didn't, we didn't even have to kind of get that out of the way, like it just never happened. So, thank God, because there was never any of that weird flirty tension or, you know, any of that rubbish. We could just get on with doing our jobs, and also I think we were fortunate because we had so much respect for each other, you know, before we'd started working together, and that respect only kind of grew as the shoot went on, and we've just always remained very close, you know, ever since then. It was all news to me, you know. Jim Cameron called me about 10 months ago and said, "Oh, you know, this is happening, going to bring it out in 3D." I was like, "What? You've got to be kidding! Oh my goodness!" You know, just it would never have occurred to me. I mean, I'm not very sort of technically minded, so I've no idea what goes into that type of process and getting a film ready to be released in 3D like that. But I was able to see immediately how exciting it would be for a whole new generation of young people to get to experience it on the big screen like this. And so, you know, it's great. You know, it's at the end of the day, you know, you can't. For all the stories and all the speculation and the stuff that people want to know, you know, what was it really like? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's an incredible film. And it really is still wonderful and still thrills people even now. I mean, the number of journalists who just this morning have come and said, "Oh my God, I've seen it 14 times and every time I see it, I cry again." And it's like, my goodness, you know, it really did do that to people. So, you know, it's great. It's wonderful. Well, I think the technology does absolutely enhance the experience of the tragedy of being with those people on that boat. You feel as though you're on that boat. So it does kind of change it, I think, a bit. You know, rather than feeling as though you're sort of watching this love story unfold, you're actually experiencing that moment of hitting the iceberg and really being on that boat and in those rooms and with the water flooding in. I mean, it's really, really powerful. It is like being on an extraordinary fairground ride as opposed to just watching it, you know.